Dealing with all of this must be very complicated. Can one ever make a difference? Could you share some of your experiences with us?
We can make a difference, yes. But let me say, this is not about telling you what to do. It is about sharing of experiences and new learning from practice over time. We need to understand poverty as the broader context of our work. We need to understand the impact of contextual barriers on behavior. We need to understand the poverty mindset, the impact of hopelessness thinking. We need to understand how the quality of attachments and personal positive or negative experience of a sense of belonging impact on behavior. We need to understand the structures and dynamics of families and how their need for security and survival becomes a priority at all costs. Families do not open up easily. They stick to their family secrets at cost for real change. Because revealing their abusive secrets become a threat to their survival priorities. So they prefer to stick to their dysfunctional behavior patterns to protect their lifelines. Very often, this creates an illusion of resistance when you involve them in programs where in fact it is survival that overrules all other priorities. Often the children from these families are caught up in ever-changing systems, so the family structures change all the time. Simplicity and normalization is vital at the beginning stages of creating trust in relationships. It takes time. I'll discuss all of this in more detail in follow-up sessions. Because of the holistic nature of this work, I shall repeat at times to link up the connections.
So for a start, if you have to summarize your work in, say, 4 words, what would that be?
Dealing with human behavior. Not only the behavior of others, but your own behavior as well.
You say the behavior of others and your own behavior. So for example, there is a problem or an incident, or situations about what we saw just now in the video clips. The next move is yours. What now?
You see, the moment you react on this incident, you become part of that behavioral cycle. What you do determines the behavioral outcome of that incident, but also the emotional experience of the child or the family. Another cycle of rejection, or an experience of somebody at last understands me or understands us. This highlights the importance of making a connection with the needs and realities of the child or family. But to be able to make that connection, you need to have a good understanding of the realities and survival dynamics of people living below the poverty line. Your activities or therapeutic strategies must fit the realities. And what you do and how you do it is determined by your specific therapeutic intent in that context. Dealing with human behavior in the context of poverty is difficult, and it requires a lot of specialized understanding of behavior in that context. The National Integrated Early Childhood Development Policy of March 2015 proposes the implementation of a package of services by 2024, which will firstly support parenting aimed at love, care, security, responsiveness to children, as well as cognitive, language and psychosocial stimulation. Secondly, providing parents with specialized help in dealing with domestic violence, substance misuse and general abuse. Lastly, to enable parents to understand the importance of early childhood development and to promote positive parent-child interaction in the context of poverty. This is a huge challenge.
But are these goals realistic at all? What do you do?
I shall discuss this in more detail in follow-up sessions, but for now, let me give you a short summary as a basis for possible solutions when you work with children and families living in poverty. This is the summary. The possibility for success lies on this line. If it does not make sense, one can be more flexible and change it. We can take control of the change process. It is about having the knowledge. But having the knowledge often creates the illusion of having the skills. To know is one thing, but to be able, to do, to can is another challenge. The solution lies in yourself. Again, the key is an in-depth understanding of child and family behavior in the context of poverty, but also a good understanding of your own thinking and beliefs about behavior.
So to be in control of the change process and to make change happen, you need to have a good understanding of human behavior, but also a good understanding of yourself and your own thinking. Can you explain a bit more?
Yes, it is about understanding your own barriers when working in this context and the way you deal with your own conflicts and frustrations. It's about your ability to see child and family problems as an opportunity to learn. It is about your level of understanding of the realities, the context of the child. It is about your practical understanding of therapeutic work with poor and most excluded families. It is about your skills to make a connection with the psychological needs and behavior dynamics of children and families in this context. And about your own level of understanding of attachment, child development, and behavior dynamics. Because of a better understanding, your skills become more effective. Because your input connects with the needs and behavior dynamics of the child or family at that moment. Almost a kind of a cycle of less frustration and a feeling of I'm in control of the change process, based on a true understanding of your own thinking and understanding of human behavior. Let me share, as an example, the comments of social workers and teachers who revisited this triangle and how it changed their personal experiences, but also the experience of the children they work with. I've changed my attitude because I was shouting and ignoring kids with bad habits. Now I understand why their behavior is negative. I'm a better social worker now, and I can see they start to trust me. Another one, the fact that I know that children and families come to my program with heavy loads has made me calmer in dealing with them. This calmness in me, I can see, is conducive for my work. From a teacher, nowadays me and the learners laugh more. We enjoy. There is no more stress when somebody accidentally drops a pencil. We sometimes make mistakes. Dropping a pencil is about human behavior. Deliberately dropping a pencil to upset classroom discipline or to challenge the teacher is also about human behavior. How do you understand this behavior? What is your thinking? What are you going to do? The next move is yours. Based on what? We need to care enough to think about our own thinking about change and the real impact of our own involvement. A new way of seeing and intervening cannot simply be appreciated or engaged with unless the bonds which hold us to our current way of seeing are loosened. We cannot just take on the new without creating some space within ourselves and by letting go of the old established ways. To let go, we first have to become conscious of where and what we are. So yes, this is my summary. Take this line with you. It is so easy